Hello, welcome back to Cell To Singularity Bingo! Yes, the absolute state of me, my hair, my general everything. I don't get a weekend to myself until the 9th of May. My busy weekends is where the bingo has come from. So, we have 105 things. I'm just gonna get to them. Also, this is still the old-ish version, like the pre-reboot version of the bingo card, because they slowed it down and now I haven't finished getting all the tiles back, so I can't update the bingo card because I've still got loads of floaty tiles that I don't yet know what they are. Recently, as part of my career and my journey as a disabled person in STEM, I went up to Edinburgh to attend the Minoritised Life Sciences Future Forum conference event. I gave a talk about faith in STEM. This time it was something different, and I attended a disability in STEM workshop, usually the other way around. But first, I decided that I was going to check out the city of Edinburgh. But even before that, I had to get there first. So, thing number one, locomotives. Because I went on the sleeper train, and the journey up was perfectly lovely. Romantic even though it was just by myself. It's a really late boarding, and I go to bed at like 9 because I'm an early riser. So I was waiting for that train for a long time. And then it was quite loud. You'd expect it to be loud, to be fair. It wasn't unexpectedly loud. But then yeah, you go to sleep and then you wake up and you're in Scotland, and there's a really camp Scottish person singing you awake to tell you that breakfast is ready. Speaking of breakfast, number 2, food source, because it was, wasn't it? Number 3, edible mushrooms. When I woke up in Scotland, the first thing I did after dropping my bags off at the hotel was I went for a hike, and I went up to Arthur's Seat, which is a very, very beautiful place. Hiccups. You get to see the whole city of Edinburgh, and here I'm ticking off number 4, wind, because my goodness, it was windy. Once I got back down from the hike, from the seat, I wanted to check out the Surgeons Hall Museum. Now this was a bad idea for two reasons. Number 1, turns out I'm a bit squeamish. And 2, you can't take photos in there. Which is absolutely fair, and I didn't really think it through. But I did get this, and this painting was in the news recently, so I feel like it's okay to film. And here we're ticking off number 5. Feminist art. 100 things to go. And then yeah, we have number 6, anatomy. Next up was Edinburgh Zoo. Now Edinburgh Zoo is absolutely brilliant, lots of fun. I am disabled, so I hired one of the mobility scooters to help, and it was life-changing. And I didn't run anybody over. I did stall it, which I wasn't aware was an option. So, right, with the meerkats, we have got number 7, burrowing. And number 8, changing posture, because aren't they cute when they stand up on their little leggies? We're gonna have to go much faster than this. Number 9, hair. This is a Red River hog, and I love its hairstyle. I really do. So, hair. The red panda coming in at number 10, giving us a sesamoid thumb. And I didn't know what a sesamoid thumb was until making this. We have a Kirk's dictic, which ticks off number 11, ungulates. The East African crowned crane in at number 12 with cranes. A Chinese goral coming in number 13, horns. And I'm a bit sad that I used horns for this, but he is the only gorral in the country, so he needed to be in the video. Penguins coming in at number 14, giving us play. Because look at these two silly sausages. My goodness. They're so cute. They're just harassing the keepers the whole time. They're just running after them in this little hose. No peace. Number 15, pelicans, beaks. Number 16, cheetah, ticking off felinae. That's how we say it, right? If not friend, why friend-shaped? He's so fluffy. Number 17, capybara, gabibara. 18, slithering, milk snake. I'm not being very consistent with the way that I say these things. Just trust me, I've ticked a thing off. Number 19, we're ticking off the hungry beetle with these beautiful sun beetles eating a peach. Number 20, ticking off shells with hermit crab. Number 21, a bit out there, we are ticking off extinction threats with the Visayan warty pig. They're very cute and they are endangered on the brink of extinction. Sorry. Number 22, we're ticking off whiskers because I caught a tiger dreaming. We're also ticking off tiger with tiger. Number 24 and 25 both come from a giant anteater, which I have seen spoilers for. That is in the new card, not in the card I'm marking off. But we have long snout and bushy tail. And also, just look at this diva. 26 and 27 both come from giraffes. Now, I've already ticked off giraffes with the sculpture project in Cambridge. Because I thought I'd never see a real giraffe. I'm still contemplating the fact that giraffes are real, but we have. I have them down for megafauna and long necks. 28 and 29 are coming from baboons, where we have opposable thumbs and primates. Number 30, I got to see the pygmy hippo, and we're ticking off hippopotamus. No points for creativity there. The little hippo wasn't that interested in being an exhibit, but we got a little glimpse. And then finally from Edinburgh Zoo we have the sloths, which are then ticking off. 31, eutherians. 32, herbivores. Now here's one that Filming Max doesn't understand from Scripting Max. Number 33, I have down amplitude from the whiskey tasting that I did, and I'm sure there's going to be a clip that I'm talking over that will make sense, but it doesn't now.
It's a very noisy process.
But I was in Scotland, so I had to do a whiskey tasting. Also, we got a discount as part of the conference. Amazing conference. 10 out of 10, no notes. So moving on with the rest of the whiskey tasting, we're ticking off number 34, glass. Listen to this. And number 35, scent and taste, because obviously. I went to the National Museum of Scotland. I keep getting natural and national confused, and it's doing my head in. They at the moment have an exhibit called Giants about megafauna, which we've already ticked off, which is really annoying. But the sculptures are in the same art style as the Cell To Singularity guys. All the things in the gardens, they're all that, they all look like that. Mwah. So in here we have ticked off 36, the age of mammals. 38, strong jaws. 39, giant vertebra. Growth for 40 with these growth rings, very, very, very cool. And 41, tusks. It's the most ethical way to tick this one off, I think. And then in the rest of the museum I got so much stuff. So let's start with number 42, beads with kitchen necklace. Because is it a bingo video if I don't have some Delftware in it? Like, come on. 43, stock market with this stock ticker. Look, I'm turning a page. We've got that side and that side to go. We have so far to go. And we have for 44, telephones with this Mickey Mouse telephone that is completely dead behind the eyes. We have 45, speech, with this speech synthesizer. Annoyingly, it didn't work, or I couldn't hear it working, but the idea is that you type in the thing, you press the button, and it will speak back to you. I'm not sure if I did it right or I just didn't hear it or what. Number 46, cell phone. Now let me tell you something. I had this phone when I was about 15. What is it doing in a museum? Seriously. Number 47, we have building material. This was fun because it was talking about the different materials we used to build planes and why, and you got to lift all of them and see how heavy they were. Some of them, I don't know if you can sort of see that it takes a bit more effort to lift them up, and things like fiberglass and carbon fiber, like just they were like anti-gravity. And that gives us number 48, steel. Number 49, I've given to modern science because they had this whole thing about like transport, and there was like cars, motorbikes, bicycles, different kind of eras of bicycles, and then they had this whole wall of like disability aids and this wall of wheelchairs from like how it used to be and now sort of how we are now, especially like with the elite models. Very interesting. Number 50, joints with this artificial hip. 51, cartilage. 52, glasses. This is a very disability inclusive museum. They had so much stuff that just included like information about disabilities and health conditions, chronic illnesses, all that kind of stuff, and like medicine. And they had like a wall of different glasses. And I must apologise for the quality of this clip. These exhibits are upstairs, obviously on a floor, but it's like a balcony around. There's only so far I can step forwards or backwards without either being in the way or falling over a balcony. So the glare is not brilliant. I'm aware, there is nothing I can do about it. Shooting a vlog in a museum is really, really difficult. So with 53, I'm ticking off perfect companion because I really love the art style of I swear I've seen a cat before, honest. He's brilliant. Look at these guys. 54, eye. 55, seal. 56, UV vision. 57, mollusk. Now as an aside, there is going to be, or is, I'm a bit behind on the game at the moment, a mollusk part of the game. They're going faster than I can keep up with. 58, iron. 59, bribery and deception with this sneaky flower. 60, gecko. Can you see him? 61, spines for this hedgehog. Look at him, he's got little ears. 62, chameleon with chameleon. 63, 4 and 5 with these wonderful skulls. Homo erectus, Homo habilis and Neanderthal. 66, eggshell. 67, brushstrokes. Again, this does fall under I swear I've seen a cat before, honest. But you can actually see the brushstrokes of the paint on this one, which I quite like. 68 and 69, nice. Oxygenated blood and deoxygenated blood with this dice model of how hemoglobin works. It just tickles my nerd senses, you know? 70, chemistry. 71, general anaesthetic with this chloroform mask. 72, light bulbs. Look at all those light bulbs. 73, medicine. I played a clinical trial game. Doesn't sound like a thing that should be a game, but it was a game. About made up diseases with made up drugs and like who should we select for the trial? What should we do? Here's something that's gone wrong. Should we proceed? Very, very fun. It's kind of loosely related to my job, kind of, so I was quite good at it. Other people were not so good at it. 74, nerves. Now these freak me out. I hate looking at brains, but nerves. 75, medical technology with this exhibit about Ebola and the PPE required to work with it and keep it contained. I think it's very cool. Lateral flow test, which I'm sure we're all familiar with. 76, giant squid. 77, 5-fingered hands. This exhibit did not work. I don't know what it was supposed to do, but it didn't work. 78, vampire squid. 79, Tyrannosaurus Rex. T-Rex is on the card twice, I'm only taking them off once. I also walked into a person while I was filming this. Very embarrassing. 80. Ground telescope. 81. Lion. 82. Cloning. Now this is Dolly the sheep. Dolly the sheep is an absolute icon. She was the first sheep to ever be successfully cloned and survive. She was also incredibly difficult to film because she is in an all-around glass case that spins in the middle of a room. Now I try to make sure that people's faces are not in it, especially like children's faces, as much as I can. It's just one of those things that happens when you film out in public. There's going to be people around and that's generally okay, but I avoid it where I can. And here, I really couldn't very well. So here we have like a quarter of a rotation of Dolly the sheep, but she's cool, she's hip, she's fly. I love Dolly the sheep and I got myself a souvenir. I did sit with her for quite a few minutes. Yeah, you caught me. 83. Mechanical loom. This goes quite nicely with the regular loom I saw in Bergen. It's up here. And that was all from the National Museum of Scotland. That was a big day. That was lots of fun. I also hopped over to Dundee to go see my friend. I haven't seen him in such a long time, and that was close enough. I was in the same country as him, close enough. So that is all from my little holiday, and then we have scientific discoveries from the conference because I didn't do a lot of filming or photo taking at the conference. I was too busy doing everything else, giving a talk, volunteering, judging posters, just everything. So there wasn't that many photos taken or videos, but there were lots of scientific discoveries shared, lots of research, lots of just discussion about science. It was great. Then the following weekend, the bank holiday weekend, I went home for a little visit to start a tattoo. You will see it when it is finished. But I went to Newquay Zoo as well, which I've been meaning to do for quite a while, so this is the one with 2 zoos in it. 85. Day into Night, with the slow loris, which, honestly, I have had nightmares about it since. Why is it like that? I love him, but why is he like that? 86. Anseriformes. This is a cinnamon teal. You can't really see him. I'm amazed I saw him, but he's in there. I'm asking you to trust me that he's in there. 87. Parrots. 88. Patterned pelts. Now I didn't actually know what a pelt was, and I did have to Google, do ring-tailed lemurs have patterned pelts? And it turns out, yes they do. We've turned the page. Final stretch. 89. Swan. Ticking off. Swan. 90. Deer. Now, isn't this the most peaceful thing you've ever seen? Like, seriously? 91. Digging. With this mongoose. 92. Zebra. Ticking off. Zebra. Number 93 and 94 we have this pair of snowy owls. Ticking off owls and head rotation. Do you think owls ever get vertigo? It looks like that they would, because when I turn my head I get vertigo. And they do it more. 95. Brute force. I am an adult. I am 30 years old. I had fun though. 96. Plumage. Look at these. 97. Diprotodonts. With these wallabies. They may not be the wallabies. They're in there with something else that also looks a lot like a wallaby. I couldn't tell the difference. They were in there. They were in there. We were in the same 5 meter, 10 meter radius. It counts. 98. Lynx. Ticking off lynx. I like when the tickings are easy. I have just realised I have food source twice, but look at these meerkats being fed.
Come on guys. 3, 4, 5. Hello everybody. You all good?
I was also told that they took in a squirrel that did not make it out alive. There we go, squirrel. Squirrel's on the list. I'm ticking off squirrel in that place. Sorry Newquay Zoo, I wasn't supposed to tell. 100. Swimming. 101. Constriction. 102. Colour changing with these black monitor lizards. Turns out they are born green. 103. Iguana. Don't look at me like that. 104. Primate groups. Because look at these, look at them. Oh, they're so cute. And 105. Quadrupedalism. because the deers were walking on 4 legs. That could have stopped at 100, I don't know why I didn't. But that's 105 things that I saw in the space of about 14 random days in March and April. This game is really fun. I don't know how many I've done. I should know. Hold on. I keep everything in a little book. Where am I at? So I was at 275 and I am now at 380. 380 things. When I made this one for episode 6, because we have episodes. Why am I so white? Christ. When I made this one for episode 6, that was 13% complete, which I think is about 2002 things. 2051 things. So we'll use that number for now. 18% done. That was a whole 5%. It's never going to end. If you like this video, drop a like. If you have any recommendations for me to go somewhere, especially like a philosophy exhibit, because how on earth I'm going to tick some of those off, I have no idea. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Videos go up once a month. I aim for somewhere in the middle, but I was doing this in the middle of it. See you. Was I supposed to say more words?